in that in the men's singles, and Lakshya Sen coming from behind, and he lost the first match, came back strongly in the second, holding his own, and then what a fantastic victory! What a find this youngster is for us, shining at all multilateral tournaments from the time he's broken on the scene, and he's just been phenomenal. And it is I was watching the match for a while, and then I stopped watching it because he lost the first game, and I said, all right, are we going to jinx? So you get into that moment because you had a gold from Sindhu, you got this one, and now you got the men's doubles following this, and you wanted to rain gold for India. So, but then the moment he saw 1-1 on the screen and said, whoa, this guy's come back, he's clawed his way back into the game, and he was leading. He set up a good 5-point lead towards the end. The Malaysian trying to play catch up, but then Lakshya Sen holding on and using his agility, his court coverage to prevail. Just phenomenal.
Anand, I'm so glad you didn't jinx that. And I'm reading things about Lakshya Sen, and he's also a world junior #1. He has a splendid record.
I have Mr. Anusha, I think we have Mr. DK Sen with us, Lakshya's father. Mr. Sen, namaste, congratulations, what a proud moment.
Thank you.
I'm sure you would also, your heart must have also skipped a beat. What were you thinking when he went down in that first game? He was trailing, but that comeback in the second game was phenomenal.
हाँ, बहुत अच्छा खेला और second game comeback करा और थोड़ा technical part भी better रखा second game में.
हाँ. आपको क्या लगा पहले गेम और दूसरे गेम में? क्या पहले गेम में आपको लगा लक्ष्य थोड़ा शायद नर्वस था, फाइनल है तो थोड़ा सा जिटरी था?
हाँ नहीं मतलब वो भी वो एक्चुअली में कि फर्स्ट गेम में उसका भी मतलब एनर्जी लेवल अच्छा था, लेकिन दोनों तरफ से अच्छा रैलीज हो रही थी. लेकिन सेकंड गेम में थोड़ा वो टाइम जब हुआ तो उसके बाद फिर लक्ष्य ने अपना थोड़ा सा पेस बढ़ाया और गेम को थोड़ा सा स्टेबल करके खेला हो. वो उसको हेल्प करा उसने.
पहला वाला तो इट वेंट राइट डाउन टू द वायर. 1921 तो वो किसी का भी गेम हो सकता है, लेकिन
वो किसी का गेम हो सकता है, लेकिन वहाँ पे 2 मिस्टेक तो लक्ष्य ने गलत वो सर्विस करके वो उसको भारी पड़ा. अदरवाइज मतलब वैसे तो गेम किसी का भी था वो.
और फिर सेकंड गेम में कोई बूस्टर लग गया लगता है, क्योंकि वो फिर 21-9 किधर ही चले गए हो तो फिर कहीं इट वाज अ डिफरेंट लक्ष्य.
हम लोग भी बात कर रहे थे अभी इससे फटीग हो गई है उसकी गाड़ी को. दैट आफ्टर दैट वो फिर वो पेस मेंटेन नहीं कर पाया और फिर लक्ष्य ने मतलब उस वक्त काम एंड क्वाइट खेला तो वो अच्छा था. जो स्ट्रेटेजी पार्ट था उसका वो अच्छा था.
तो आपको लगता है कि जो स्टैमिना और जो स्पीड दिखाया लक्ष्य ने कंसिस्टेंट था थ्रू आउट, जबकि योंग जो है थोड़ा थकने लग गया था ना. उसके आई थिंक सेमीफाइनल राउंड्स भी थोड़े टफ थे, इतने इजी नहीं थे मैचेस.
नहीं मतलब लेकिन क्या है कि लक्ष्य भी मतलब अच्छा खेला है ना पूरा, क्योंकि हर एंगल से उसने भी बहुत अच्छा खेला. बहुत अच्छा मैच हुआ, बहुत हाई स्पीड मैच.
आपको खुद लगा लक्ष्य को देख कर कि ये मेरा लड़का इतना फास्ट कैसे हो गया?
नहीं अच्छा लग रहा था सर. मिस्टर विमल कुमार भी सर एक मिनट बात करेंगे.
हाँ. Vimal sir, are you there?
Hello.
Vimal sir, this is Anand here. Congratulations.
Hello. Yeah, congrats. Thank you. Yeah, he played a very good game today.
Oh, he was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. What happened between game 1 and game 2? Where did he get those boosters suddenly that he moved? He was moving like a rocket on the court, Vimal sir. Vimal sir, can you hear me?
Hello.
Vimal sir, can you hear me?
Hello.
Hello.
हाँ सर.
हाँ, विमल सर हैं कि सेंसर विमल सर हैं साथ में आपके?
विमल सर अंदर चले गए, था आवाज नहीं आ रही थी उनको.
अच्छा, अंदर चले गए, उनको आवाज नहीं आ रही थी. अच्छा, अगर वो फिर हाँ.
Hello.
Vimal sir, this is Anand Narasimhan here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Congratulations. Lakshya was magical on court today.
Yes.
How would you assess the final?
No, it was an exciting match. The boy also very attacking player, and it was a good match. Anyway, sir, I will speak to you later. Thank you so much.
Yes, I know. Congratulations, congratulations. I know it will be celebrations all around, and you'll be sought after. Fantastic. So proud of Lakshya.
Thank you. Yeah, bye.
Thank you. सेंसर आप हैं? हेलो सेंसर, देखिए कोच का क्या मूड है? विमल कुमार बहुत एक्साइटेड लग रहे हैं, कहाँ जा रहे हैं?
खुश हैं एकदम बढ़िया, पक्का एंजॉय कर रहे हैं मैच को सब लोगों ने।
हाँ, क्या कह रहे हैं सब लोग लक्ष्य के परफॉर्मेंस को लेकर? उनका क्या रिएक्शन था?
सही बात, मतलब खुश हैं परफॉर्मेंस को देखते हुए और सभी लोग एंजॉय कर रहे हैं पूरे अकेडमी।
हाँ,
सब लोग साथ मैच वॉच कर रहे थे।
लक्ष्य से आपकी बात हुई? लक्ष्य क्या कह रहा है?
नहीं, लक्ष्य बात नहीं कर रही है, जो अपना कीजिए।
हाँ, हम तो यही चाहेंगे कि वो इसी तरह खेलते रहे। कंग्रेचुलेशंस वंस अगेन सर, थैंक यू सो मच।
हाँ, नहीं ठीक, आप लोगों का ब्लेसिंग चाहिए सर, और वो अच्छा खेले इंडिया के लिए।
सर वो इस तरह खेलता रहेगा तो फिर जब भी वो कोर्ट में उतरेगा हम तो मेडल की उम्मीद करेंगे। बहुत अच्छा खेला आज।
नहीं, बिल्कुल।
और खुशी की बात है ना, सिंधु गोल्ड जीत गई विमेंस में और लक्ष्य गोल्ड जीत गया मेंस में।
दोनों जीते। वेरी नाइस, बहुत अच्छा है।
फैंटास्टिक सर, जाइए सेलिब्रेट कीजिए। लक्ष्य को भी हमारी तरफ से बहुत बधाइयां दीजिए। आवर कंट्री इज सो प्राउड ऑफ हिम। Thank you so much. That was Lakshya Sen's father, Mr. Sen, really elated. We also got a quick word in from Vimal Kumar as I hand it back to Anusha. What a moment for us. It's gold 1 and 2. It's raining gold in the badminton court in the singles. Now it's for the men's doubles. All eyes are there too, where we should hope for a top of the podium finish.
Anand, I heard your conversation with Laksh's father and his coach, and everybody is very ecstatic. So are we. Could you tell us a little bit more about Laksh's journey so far, his achievement, his laurels, and what lies in the way ahead for him? He's won a gold for us.
Well, he's broken into the scene as a youngster who came out of the blue, and he came out with a phenomenal performance. He was influential in our victory as far as the Thomas Cup was concerned. There were expectations from him even here. He's shown every time he's taken the court, he's a youngster, and he's just shown a certain level of electric ability on the court, which is magical. The kind of speed that we associate with Chinese players, we associate the litheness which we associate with the Malaysian and the Indonesian players. Lakshya is bringing it for Indian badminton. Not that taking away from anything from Kidambi Shrikant or with HS Pranoy, but Kidambi and HS Pranoy have taken badminton to one level. He's now perhaps just going to rocket it and take it to the next level. Especially in the final today, the way he turned on, he not only ran his opponent tired in the first game, it went right down to the wire, and his father was right. At the critical moments, there were one or two errors, which if Lakshya would look back at and say it is his error, it's silly mistakes, those are unforced errors which you don't make. But he did. But the way he came back in game number 2 and to then really throttle his opponent, and literally there was a certain level of effort to fight back in game 3 from the Malaysian young, but it was nowhere to be. It was Lakshya all the way ever since he sealed that second game 21-9.
Anand, you also pointed out how the Malaysian counterpart was also a player who was the favorite of many people who were watching the game. Tell us about how the competition was really stacked up against Lakshya Sen.
Well, it's not been an easy run as far as Lakshya Sen is concerned. He's the world number 10. It's not that he's not beaten Young before. Now, he has beaten Young. In fact, if I remember correctly, the 2 times they've met in the past, he's got a 2-0 record. So, Lakshya Sen has the edge psychologically. But Young has been in fantastic form right through the Commonwealth Games. So, he even accounted for Kidambi Shrikant in the run-up to the finals. So, it was not going to be easy. He's also a crowd favorite, the Malaysian. But the world number 10 shining through and doing what he does best, that is play his best for India. So there we go. We're going to go see the tricolour go up once again and the national anthem being played out once again in Birmingham.
Anand, a quick word about how spectacularly wonderful at least today has been. I've seen 2 goals in the last 2 hours I've been anchoring, and we've seen new sports categories where India is making its strides. How has our run really been as far as the Commonwealth Games this year are concerned?
Well, we are number 4 in the tally. See,
Yeah.
our best ever at Commonwealth Games was in 2010 when we played host, and if I remember correctly, we have about 38 gold. Now we are already inching towards 20 gold. Now, as if we keep pushing that tally, this can be Birmingham, can be India's best ever at Commonwealth Games. The other aspect is look at where we are winning our medals. We are winning our medals in sport where we were either seen as contenders or perhaps those who will finish somewhere in the podium but never at the top, or will be there right up to the semi-finals and then losing there. Or in sport where we were never even, we won a gold in lawn bowls. Who would have ever thought India would win a gold in lawn bowl? We are also in athletics. Look at the gold. It could have been a 1, 2, 3, an Amar Akbar Anthony kind of a case as far as the triple jump is concerned, but that was not to be. But we had the gold and silver finish. That is phenomenal. Then look at boxing. Nikat Zareen getting us box. Our weightlifters, whichever category they've gone ahead, they're all coming back with medal. Avinash Sable, the way in steeplechase, he almost had the Kenyan giving up because he just didn't know how is an Indian keeping up with me, because Kenya is supposed to leave everybody miles behind and then finish races, but Avinash Sable was just there a fraction of a second between gold and silver. That was the difference. See, these are stories within stories which are going to inspire us. Now, if I were to tell you, and we just got to know that today, that in the lawn bowls team is a former cricket player. So, she's part of that team, the women's team that's won lawn bowls for lawn bowls gold. So there are stories within stories everywhere. Even in the boxing ring, Mary Kom couldn't go because she got injured, and her replacement comes back with gold. So it's just phenomenal that wherever we have won gold, it's youngsters who are coming there with the desire to win. And look at the way they are standing. Their attention is when the tricolor is flying and the national anthem is playing. That jazba is what is showing through, and that perhaps is powering us. So if Commonwealth Games 2022 is anything to go by, we should look at a richer haul in Paris 2024.
Absolutely. Anand, taking this moment to shift our focus back to Lakshya Sen, you spoke to his father, you spoke to his coach as well. Tell us a little bit about what kind of family he comes from. I think his father is also a coach, knows the game. Tell us a little bit more about his coach Vimal. What kind of training has he got over the years?
Well, he's an Uttarakhandi, and he's the world junior #1. He's just 20. So in his teens, he has brought glories for our country, and just as he's turned 20, he's got a gold at the Commonwealth Games in men's singles for India. What more can we talk about? He was a mercurial kid who always showed brilliance, but then he was also quite naughty. And Prakash Padukone, the last time around when we were speaking, he was telling us that he's somebody who's always showed potential, but then there was a switch that was turned on by the time he was about 14, 15, and then there is this drive. He's just shown that ability and this intense determination that he wants to be the best in the business. So, and that is coming through. Even at the Thomas Cup, I was speaking to Kidambi Shrikant, who was the captain of the team, and he was also saying the same thing when we were speaking at that time, that Lakshya is special, and he has the ability to shine through. He's come out of the entire effort that is being put together by OGQ in Bangalore, and now so beyond Hyderabad, Bangalore is now churning out badminton champions. Vimal Kumar in the past has helped Saina Nehwal come back, and he has been working with Lakshya very, very closely. So it's their efforts that are now bearing fruit. So we are looking not just at Hyderabad, which was our badminton medal-winning factory courtesy Pulela Gopichand. We now have options in Bangalore where medal winners, hopefuls are coming through, and now there are those who are developing in Maharashtra, in Delhi, in other parts of our country. So slowly we should have more like Lakshya coming through the fore.
Here's hoping for more, Anand. Thank you so much for getting us all that analysis. Lakshya Sen, PV Sindhu in badminton. We've got 2 goals today, and of course our tally at the Commonwealth Games looks wonderful. Indians are making strides, as Anand was pointing out, in new categories. New avenues are opening up. And let's see that the remaining journey, how wonderful it is going to be. We'll continue tracking this story. We'll continue getting you more voices on this one. Right now, we're slipping into a very short break.
So, Mamata Banerjee's right-hand man, Cabinet Minister and Secretary General of the TMC, Partha, known as the Paratha, Chatterjee, was detained by the Enforcement Directorate after over rupees 50 crore. This is a huge moment. People should be proud when you hear names like 50 crore. In unaccounted cash, gold bars, dollars, cars and property papers were discovered at his and his very intimate friend, I don't know if they're intimate, but they're friends, Arpita Mukherjee's home. Now, he is refusing to cooperate in ED custody. He keeps saying, Mera ghar nahi hai, but with a Bengali accent, so they're not able to understand. Most of them are from the north, so the whole communication is all over the place. But his alleged spokesperson wants to cooperate with us. Joining us now is alleged spokesperson for Partha Chatterjee, who seems to have left the cupboard open there. Maybe he thinks we need the bribe. I mean, we do need the bribe, but what can we help you with? I can't even enter my own building because the chief minister's chamchas are standing outside. That's democracy. Hello, sir.
কেমন আছে ভালোবাসি how are you?
Partha Chatterjee, firstly, what an interesting name, yaar.
You see, what happened is that this name was given to me when I was suffering from very chronic disease.
What disease would that be?
Excessive flatulence, hence Partha Chatterjee.
Such an unnecessary piece of information, but I suppose in terms of embarrassment, not the worst thing. Getting back to Partha Chatterjee.
You see, the fact is that the whole thing is completely unbelievable.
No, 1 second. Are you saying that the fact that he was caught with so much of all this is unbelievable? Unaccounted for cash, gold, cars, that sort of thing?
No. That is believable.
Then what is the unbelievable part?
What is unbelievable is that how she can be having intimate relationship with Arpita.
She?
She, Partha, how she can be having intimate relationship with Arpita, eh?
No, you're confusing us as usual. He, and why can't he be having intimate relations with her?
Because Arpita, he's like film star, so beautiful. And look at Partha. She looks like me. Unbelievable, Baba. Udi Baba.
That's okay. My wife is pretty and come on, I mean, these things happen. Let's not get personal. Is Partha guilty of any crimes?
Udi Baba, Partha and Arpita together, it is a crime.
Okay, now look, this is just because you have an open cupboard filled with money doesn't mean you can do what you want in India. Or does it? Okay, let's get serious. He is the foremost leader of the TMC and right hand of Mamata Banerjee, and at this very moment he looks very, 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 very guilty.
You see, the fact is that he is somewhat guilty of crime.
1 sec, so you are agreeing that he has committed a crime?
Somewhat I agree.
No, so you agree that he may have laundered money?
Very possibly. But that is small crime.
Hang on. That crores of unaccounted cash, gold and jewelry found on him is a small crime.
It is of course shameful. But that is small crime.
1 second, that he may have hundreds of crores worth of Binami properties. Small crime.
একটা অপরাধ. But that is also small crime. ছোট অপরাধ.
Okay, in that case, what is the big crime, or rather the biggest crime?
The biggest crime, বিশাল অপরাধ, অত্যন্ত বিশাল অপরাধ is he is still in TMC and not in BJP.
Now that's a crime. Now that is really a crime. Yeah.
Otherwise, washing machine would have cleaned up everything. Bishi, washi, clean.
So, Mamata Banerjee's right-hand man, Cabinet Minister and Secretary General of the TMC, Partha, known as the Paratha, Chatterjee, was detained by the Enforcement Directorate after over rupees 50 crore. This is a huge moment. People should be proud when you hear names like 50 crore. In unaccounted cash, gold bars, dollars, cars and property papers were discovered at his and his very intimate friend, I don't know if they're intimate, but they're friends, Arpita Mukherjee's home. Now, he is refusing to cooperate in ED custody. He keeps saying, Mera ghar nahi hai, but with a Bengali accent, so they're not able to understand. Most of them are from the north, so the whole communication is all over the place. But his alleged spokesperson wants to cooperate with us. Joining us now is alleged spokesperson for Partha Chatterjee, who seems to have left the cupboard open there. Maybe he thinks we need the bribe. I mean, we do need the bribe, but what can we help you with? I can't even enter my own building because the chief minister's chamchas are standing outside. That's democracy. Hello, sir.
কেমন আছে ভালোবাসি? How are you?
Partha Chatterjee, firstly, what an interesting name, yaar.
You see, what happened is that his name was given to me when I was suffering from very chronic disease.
What disease would that be?
Excessive flatulence, hence Partha Chatterjee.
Such an unnecessary piece of information, but I suppose in terms of embarrassment, not the worst thing. Getting back to Partha Chatterjee.
You see, the fact is that the whole thing is completely unbelievable.
No, 1 second. Are you saying that the fact...
Namaste, you're on The Nation at 5. I'm Anand Narsaman coming to you live from the newsroom here at CNN News 18. Ladies and gentlemen, it's raining gold and let's pray for more because ye dil mange more, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk about Commonwealth in just a bit. We are hoping that one of the medalists should join us through the course of the show. But right now, we're going to turn the spotlight towards an immediate threat to our internal security. And this threat, as a crackdown here at CNN News 18, we've been asking for a throughout crackdown across the country, internal strike on radicals. And over the last 2 weeks, we've seen our intelligence agencies, our task force of the various state police work together along with the NIA and try and crack down on these radical outfits. And there are quite a few of them. One of the latest who's been arrested is also now throwing up this angle of crypto jihad. The fact that crypto and cryptocurrency could be used for nefarious purposes, this angle is now is coming through. And this is once again for that area in Delhi, in the national capital, which has been infamous even in the past for harboring terrorists. This is the Batla House region where this development has happened, and the news coming in that the crackdown on the terror nexus and NIA sources telling CNN News 18, this is the exclusive that we start with here on The Nation at 5. The exclusive news break or the news that we are getting to you here is from a top source within the NIA. What we are being told is that the person on your screens right now is a Jamia student who's been arrested from Batla House in Delhi. Mohsin Ahmed, he's from Bihar, is a second-year engineering student. Mohsin established contact with the IS during his time at Kota in Rajasthan. Mohsin was in contact with IS operatives in the Middle East. He was in touch with a female Daesh operative. Mohsin was actually tasked to send money to a female jihadi camp in Syria. So this was his job, to collect money and send it to this jihadi camp in Syria. The Daesh operates this Al-Hol camp in Syria for female jihadi fighters. So again, another huge cause for concern is female radicals or female jihadi who are getting ready by the Islamic State. And this is all happening in Syria. The IS is using female jihadis as a honey trap to also raise funds. Mohsin was asked to send money via the crypto route. So using crypto to fund radical operations. This is why he has been nabbed. Mohsin told the NIA that the IS is being funded by the Afghan drug trade. Let us not forget that not far away from Batla House, in that entire Shaheen Bagh area, in that part of Delhi, was a huge drug bust that happened recently, where many kilos of heroin were found and the operatives were also nabbed, and they were seen to be linked with international terror outfits. Mohsin's network was spread across several nations. That's the information we have. Mohsin had contacts in Syria, Indonesia, Bangladesh. This name keeps cropping up. The Bangladesh in terms of radical outfits operating and especially conducting their operations with Trojans within India. And of course, Sri Lanka. Mohsin was able to collect about 4 lakhs via the crypto route. The NIA is also investigating Mohsin's associates at Jamia and also Kota. So it goes back, swings back into Rajasthan. And is this all somewhere loosely or very, very tightly knit and connected? If you look at the rise of the radicals and the radical strikes across the country, the kind of literature that's being pushed on social media, and of course what their multifarious agendas are. NIA is investigating Mohsin's associates at Jamia and Kota, and NIA is also investigating terror funding via active crypto wallets. Not so long ago, the Enforcement Directorate shut down one of the crypto platforms because of dubious transactions and the fact that they did not have the blockchain technology in place, and that there were clear evidence of money being laundered using that particular platform, crypto platform, and that was shut down. The serious concerns that are being raised. Alok Bansal, Director, India Foundation, and SP Vaid, former DGP Jammu and Kashmir, with us this evening on The Nation at 5. Namaste, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us. And SP Vaid ji, this aspect of cryptocurrency or the crypto route being used to fund jihad, but more importantly, getting indoctrinated while you are in Kota, getting ready for the engineering club, this following it through when you are working and when you are living in Delhi, originating from Bihar, but more importantly, trying to back a radical group of female jihadi fighters getting readied or being trained in Syria at the Alol camp of the IS.
Yes, see, the serious threat that India is confronted with is the misuse of internet and the new dimension of crypto. Crypto now makes easy the transfer of money from one country to the other. That's why, if you recall, Government of India came up with the regulations that you have to keep it in specified ballots. The tax, 30% income tax has to be charged on this. So government would know where the money is going. This is an interesting case where NIA should find out if money has been transferred or if money came to him, Moisin. What are the loopholes in the system? Still, are there more requirement of checks and balances? That I think the investigating agency must